Hi there, fourth graders. Today is Tuesday, November 24th. Thanksgiving is a couple days away. I'm very excited for Thanksgiving and all the good food. It's making me hungry thinking about it. I know that the packets that I sent are very confusing for today, and I am so sorry that they kind of got jumbled and messy. I had sent the Hyber packet along with the inclement weather packet, which were not a good choice in my brain afterwards, but I only had like an hour to get them ready, and it's what I could do in an hour. So, even though today is the 24th, we are actually going to do something dated for the 25th. So today we're going to do The Life of Amelia Earhart. It's the one with this picture, and I know it's dated for the 25th, but with that confusion and things getting jumbled, we had to switch some things up. So, doing The Life of Amelia Earhart. Have you heard of Amelia Earhart before? Do you know who she is? Based on the picture, what do you think she did in her life? And this story is going to be about the life of Amelia Earhart. It's going to maybe give us some information about her, when she was born. Sorry, I'm really tired today for some reason. And what she did. So let's learn about the life of Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was interested in flying planes from a very young age. So she flew planes. And if we look at this picture of her, you can kind of see like the goggles, and she's kind of got like a pilot's clothing attire on. Now, it's not what they typically wear now, but you might be able to guess from previous stories or pictures you've seen that that is what she was doing. So if you guess that she's a pilot, good job. If you already knew that, fantastic. If you had no clue, that's okay also. So she was interested in flying planes from a very young age. She was born in 1897 in Kansas. 1897. That's over 100 years ago. So it's a long time ago she lived. Amelia was quite a tomboy. She loved to climb trees. She hunted rats with a rifle. During these years, the use of airplanes became more common. Amelia took her first flight in 1920. She was hooked. The ride changed her life, and she knew her mission in life. Earhart took her first flying lesson in 1921. She worked hard to save money. She was a nurse's aide. Then she worked as a social worker. All of her income went into savings. Soon she had enough money to buy her first plane. So Amelia worked really hard to save up so she could buy her own plane. Earhart's first plane was bright yellow. She called it Canary. Earhart learned a lot about flying in that plane. She flew at an altitude of 14,000 feet. That was a record at the time. Her next record was being the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. She joined two other pilots as their passenger. Together, they made the flight in about 21 hours. So they flew across the Atlantic Ocean, and it took 21 hours. That is crazy. That's almost a whole day of travel. Like, imagine being in a plane or just traveling that long. That is crazy. Earhart set her sights on the next record. This time, she wanted to fly the Atlantic alone. So she had flown with two other people the first time, and now she wants to do it by herself. She wanted to do a solo flight. So solo just means one on your own. Amelia's husband helped her plan the trip. He wanted to help her reach her goal. She planned to fly from Newfoundland to Paris in 1932. Bad weather forced her to land in Ireland. It was still a victory for Amelia. She showed the world that men and women could both fly solo safely across the Atlantic. Amelia Earhart set out to tackle another challenge. She wanted to be the first woman to fly around the world. She left from Miami, so in Florida, on June 1st, 1937. She traveled over 20,000 miles. It was the final day of the trip. It was July 2nd, so it's been about a month. The weather was cloudy and wet. She took off from New Guinea. Amelia had a hard time hearing messages through the radio. She reported that she was running north and south. Then the line went silent. Those were the last words anyone ever heard from Amelia. Experts are still trying to solve the mystery of what happened to Amelia and her airplane. Her bravery was inspiring. She showed the world that strong women can do great things. So she was flying around the world in this process, and she crashed. No one knows where she crashed. They never found her plane or her, and they're still trying to solve this mystery. But even though she crashed, she still showed that people, and women in particular, can do a lot on their own. They can complete these hard tasks if you just set your mind to it, and she's pretty impressive. So that is Amelia Earhart. It kind of told us about her life from all the way from when she was born to when she died. Number 1. What is the main reason for reading a biography? So a biography is a story about a person. So you can read a biography about almost anyone. This one's about Amelia Earhart. So why would someone read a biography? Why would someone read a story about true facts about a person? A, to learn about history. B, to compare the lives of famous people. So that's where we go, okay, so this famous person did this famous person did this. Is that what this biography did? Did it compare Amelia Earhart to another famous person? Or is it only about Amelia Earhart? C, to learn about a person's life story. So is this teaching us a life story? So telling us about someone and how they grew up and what they did in their life and maybe how they died? D, to learn about a person's family. Is this talking about a person's family? Not about the person, but about their family. 2, which phrase from the text indicates the author's point of view about Earhart? So which one of these shows how the author feels about Amelia Earhart? A, quite a tomboy. Does that really fit with what this was mostly about with her? B, bravery was inspiring. So is this about how brave she was and how she did a lot for people? C, social worker. Is this what our story was about? Was a lot about her being a social worker? D, save money. 3, which statement shows how prior knowledge can help understand this story? So which one of these has maybe other knowledge that you heard somewhere else that could be a way to connect to the story and understand what it's talking about a little better? A, I have been to Miami on vacation. Does that help at all? B, I once took an airplane trip to my grandmother's house. Could that help you relate by understanding what it's like to be on a plane? C, I tried out for the boys' soccer team because my school does not have a girls' soccer team, and I wanted to prove that girls can play soccer just as well. Does that fit? Or D, my doctor has a nurse and a nurse's aide. Does that fit with this at all? 4, how is this biography organized? So how is it set up? Is it A, a compare and contrast, like, oh, she did this, but this person did this, they're similar or different? Is that how this is set up and how it's talking about Amelia? B, chronologically, so in order of what events happen. So it might start by, this is the first thing, she was born, next she did this, then she did this, then she flew a plane, then she did this, and then she died. So did it kind of go in the order of her life? C, sequentially. It ordered the steps to do something. So it said, first you need to fill a bucket with water, like giving directions. Like if you're trying to learn how to make something in it, or Legos, for example, it has steps on how to build something in Legos if you get a kit. So is this giving us steps to do something? D, as a problem and solution text. So does it give us a problem and then how to solve it? 5, what is the main lesson about Amelia Earhart's life? So what is the main lesson? A, she flew better than anyone else. Was this kind of talking about how she was the best and she did better than everyone else? Not really. The story wasn't really about that. A, she took chances, was very brave, and taught people about equality among men and women. So is it about her being brave and trying new things and setting records and goals for herself? C, she liked to beat records. Is this mainly just about her, like, oh, I want to win, I got to be the best? Is that kind of the feeling you got from this? D, it is not known if she is dead or alive. Was that what this mostly was about? Yes, we know we talked about that in the end for like a smidge, like one little second. But was that what this entire story was trying to tell us? 6, what is one way in which Amelia Earhart took chances? So how did she take chances? A, by climbing trees. B, by learning to fly a plane. C, by learning to fly a plane solo. Or D, all of the above. So did she do all those in our story? Okay. We are going to do the writing today because I like this question that it has. I think that it is something that most of you should be able to answer, and I kind of like hearing what you do write for these because I do read them. Think about the ways that Amelia was brave and courageous. So brave is like, even though you're scared, you still do it. Trying new things. Courageous, like going for it. And I mean, she was the first one to fly solo. That was scary. She didn't know how things were going to go, but she's like, I'm going to do it. And she went for it and tried, and that's pretty awesome. So write about a time that you did something brave. It doesn't need to be something big. Like Amelia's is like a pretty big thing that she did. It could be something small. Maybe you went down a water slide that was a little scary, or tried out a roller coaster. I am very, 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 very scared of heights. But I did try out a roller coaster once. So that was something brave and courageous of me, is that I got on a roller coaster. Did I like it? No. But I did it so that I could tell myself that I had been on a roller coaster. It was scary for me. What happened? It could be trying a new food. Maybe someone was eating something, you're like, oh, I'm really scared to try that, but you went for it anyway. Or you raised your hand in class to share an answer, and you don't like raising your hand in class. Personally, I don't, but maybe you presented and you did it, or shared an answer, or helped someone. So it doesn't need to be something really, really huge. It can be, but it can be something small. It could be as easy as saying hi to someone that you've never met before and just going, hey, I'm Miss Preister. That can be scary for people. So I want you to write two sentences about a time that you did something brave. If you have never done anything brave, then maybe tell me about something that scares you that you'd want to try. So maybe you are scared of heights and you would want to try a roller coaster. Or maybe there's something else that you've always wanted to do, but you're just a little nervous to do it. So if you've never done anything brave, tell me about something that you'd want to do. But if you have done something that was brave, let me know. So 2 sentences. And if you need me, comment in classroom, email me, your parents can email me, you can call my classroom, and I can either video chat with you or talk to you and help you out the best way I can, even if it's not on this, even if it's just stuff for your classroom, or you have other random questions, or you just want to say hi, I can help. So get a hold of me if you need me. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you soon. Bye.